I was quite angry about the part of history I was writing about. I couldn't bear the fact that these women had not been given a choice. And I did not feel good about their fates, as it was. So I had broken the cardinal first rule of historical writing, which is I had taken my 21st century sensibility with me back into the past. It's a very easy and simple thing to say, but it's quite profound. The point about the past is that there is no future when they are living in it, right? It is their present. So there is absolutely no way in which all of those women, as we would see it now, forced many against their will to be in convents, are sitting there thinking about how terrible it is because in 500 years' time something called feminism will emerge and there will be choice, right? So I was arrogantly bringing my present into their present and muddying the water with it. And as soon as I realized that, the book started to move. And the book started to move for another very simple reason, which was by inhabiting their skins properly, I started to look at the world through their eyes and see what the alternatives were for women. And once you started to study the alternatives properly, you realized that there were some ways in which being in a convent was not as bad as it sounds. Inside the convent walls, yes, she would be going to services 8 times a day, and some of that would be quite brutal and difficult. But when she's not praying, she could be doing a number of things. If she had a penchant towards writing, she could be working in the scriptorium. She could be copying manuscripts. She could be illustrating manuscripts. If she really liked writing, she could be writing plays. We're talking about a time when, of course, it's not all right for respectable women to perform. Think about it. All of Shakespeare's plays are performed by men taking the women's roles, right? If you have a wonderful voice, you are still not going to be able to perform at court because it will be perceived as not respectable for a woman to do that. It's not even respectable for a woman to put an instrument in her mouth to play. It's not seen as decorous. Women can only pluck stringed instruments or whatever. But in a convent, where the central plank of worship and devotion is singing, then you have extraordinary possibilities. And although it was the hardest book I've ever written, I do genuinely think that it has turned out to be one of the richest.